Hello, my name's Andrew. I am 17 years old. I go to Cebu International School. I'm at grade 10, and today I'm gonna be teaching you art. Today I'll be creating a piece and a tutorial video on how to create a two-point perspective art drawing. I'll be doing this through a video, and if you want to stick along and learn, you may. And I hope you enjoy. Hello, so we're gonna start this off by just viewing and getting some ideas into our mind on what types of drawings you could see at two-point perspective. So here in this first image, you can see that there's a small town, I guess you could call it, some buildings, and it kind of looks realistic, right?
It looks 3D.
And there's some tonal values.
In this other photo, you can also see multiple buildings, but they're drawn in a different manner and design.
This other one, you can see a hallway in school, and just seeing like how using two-point perspective brings you an image and a view that it seems more realistic than the normal 1D, 2D drawings. Here in this photo, you can see a building, and it gives you depth and more perspective as the building is like taller. So with the use of two-point perspective, you can really use it to elaborate and strengthen your drawing's perspective into the audience and what you wanted to portray, and bringing more life.
So here I'm gonna show you more examples of two-point perspective art to give you more ideas on what it may look like and to spark more ideas on your future drawings using two-point art and its application.
Before we commence into this tutorial video, we should know what is two-point perspective. Two-point perspective is a drawing type of linear perspective. Linear perspective is a method using lines to create the illusion of space on a 2D surface. There are three types of linear perspective. One-point perspective, which uses one vanishing point placed on a dotted horizontal line. Two-point perspective that uses 2 points placed on the horizontal line, and three-point perspectives which uses 3 vanishing points. But we're gonna be learning about two-point perspective, which only uses 2 points placed on the horizontal line. Linear perspective is one of the 6 ways to create the illusion of space on a 2-dimensional surface. All forms of linear perspective involve the horizon line, vanishing points, and lines of perspective that recede or advance to the vanishing points. Each form of linear perspective is named for the number of vanishing points used in the drawing. So therefore, two-point perspective uses 2 vanishing points. The first thing you want to do is collect your materials. So the first is any sort of ruler. Next is a 2B pencil, most preferably. 1 eraser of any sort. Some coloring pencils. This is optional if you want to color in your drawing. And a blank piece of white paper. It could be any paper though. So in creating and applying two-point perspective art, you first want to start it off with step 1, being defining your horizontal line and its vanishing points. In the video, I added 2 vanishing points, and I'm gonna draw the horizontal line lightly with my ruler and pencil to indicate where the horizontal line is located.
Step 2, you can draw the corner of the object or a line down the horizontal line. Step 3, and to draw lines from each end of the corner to the vanishing point as seen in the video. You could do this lightly so that when in the end, in step 5, you're gonna have to erase your lines. It'll be easier for you. And you're gonna do this for all sides of, for both corners of that straight line intersecting the horizontal line. Step 4, you have to draw parallel and vertical lines to indicate where the object ends. So as seen there, I added 2 parallel lines to indicate where the object ends. Then erase, as I presented an eraser. Seen in this one, all the lines drawn to the vanishing points have been erased and the object is what's left. Now we're gonna be drawing and learning how to draw objects below the horizontal line. So when an object's below the horizontal line, what's different is the top shape will be clear. So it's roof, maybe you could say it that way. And the steps remain the same for forms located below the horizontal line. This implies that the orthogonal lines that stretch from each end to the opposite vanishing points will describe the top portion of the form. And you see, I am erasing the lines like seen in step 5. You have to erase and just leave the object behind. I also recommend that, again, to not draw your lines with such deepness and to do it lightly. Now we're gonna draw an object above the horizontal line. The same steps are followed for forms positioned above the horizontal line. The bottom portion of the shape is now visible to the viewer in this situation. Extending lines from each end of the cube to the opposite vanishing point determines the bottom section of the object. So as you see, I'm gonna be connecting the bottom part of the object to its vanishing points, which will then show its bottom portion. Now you can see 3 objects, one in the center of the horizontal line, one on top, and one in the bottom. The differences between the top and bottom, as said earlier, the bottom shows its top part and the top object shows its bottom portion. Here's a short clip of how you can add small details into the objects in using 2-point perspective. All of the steps apply to when you're adding your small details like windows or doors, but just in smaller portions. Hello, so using those steps you can create pieces such as this. I just drew most of my buildings, well, all of them, above the 2-point perspective line. So the horizontal line, the 2 vanishing points to show its bottom portion. This drawing shows a bubble city, I would say, and like when a bubble pops, the building will fall down. And you can see like how using 2-point perspective, it gives the building, the different buildings, like different sizes, different perspectives. And yeah, so this is one of my final pieces, I created this when I was grade 8, I think, and it's a very easy way of using a form of application in art, and I would really recommend you use it for your other drawings. And yeah, so this is one of them. I hope you enjoyed my video.